Hi, Flosstube friends and family. I am finally back. It's been a little while. It's about 2 months. That apparently seems to be my MO for making a video. StitchCon was amazing. I have some haul to show you from there. You've heard from just about everyone else. I know not everyone else has made a video. I'm not the complete last one. I might be close, but I'm not the fully last one. So I have some haul to show you from there. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. After StitchCon, I went and spent almost a week with my sister in San Francisco and had an amazing time there. After that, came home for a little while, and then went back to San Francisco for a friend's bachelorette party. When we're giant nerds, we went to escape rooms. And had a lot of fun doing those around town. And also I got to see my sister again. This time my husband went with me, which was a new adventure, which was fun. But getting back, it was right around the time a lot of the fires in California started, and we started having some fires of our own here in Reno. So the air quality became some of the worst in the nation. I know Gardnerville, which is just a little bit away, had the worst air in the nation for a little while because of the valley that we're in. A lot of the smoke blows in and then settles and then doesn't leave. We're still not fully clear now. But it ended up giving me a sinus infection, which then kind of moved down into my chest, and I was not feeling good for a little while there. And then once I started feeling good from that, we started fertility treatments again. So, constant up and down. That's what life is. But I've been doing really good. I didn't feel like I was doing a lot of stitching. But I did get a lot of finishes in. One piece I don't have because the lighthouse piece. If you've seen my previous video, I was stitching it for my mom for her birthday. And I got it finished and I got it framed and everything, and I got it to her. She loves it. I asked her to send me a picture of it, but she said later she's taking a nap. So she hasn't sent it yet. So no picture, but I will post it on my Instagram when she remembers to send me one. I kind of took a break from Instagram because I was stitching that one so much. I didn't want to post pictures of it because she does see my pictures on Instagram. And then I just kind of got out of the habit of taking pictures all the time and posting them. So so I'll show you all my finishes. I have, I think, three more finishes to show you, and then the lighthouse was my fourth finish. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing really nice. At the end of the videos where I'm going to announce the winners who won the Pass the Stash and who won my giveaway, we'll do it live there. So yeah, I've fallen behind on FlossTube too. I'm finally catching up, but I was behind like a week and a half, which is a lot for me. And I was like, oh, I'm missing people. But we got it all settled out. All right, so the lighthouse was one Stitch Mania finish that I finished. And the other one that I did is Twisted Heart. It's from, just lost her name, Ink Circles. And I did not do it in the called for colors. I did it in a Victorian motto sampler, Garden Rose. And there's this. And I did it on Color Cascades, February 18th, Fabric of the Month, Golden Touch. I just love this. I love the way the red looks on that pink right there. So that is one finish I had, and it is a Mania finish. And then the other finish I have is my mom has claimed this one. She wants me to frame it up so she could put it in her new house. And I was like, all right, because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I don't have a lot of wall space on my kitchen. It's like cabinets and it's very open. So Anyways, but I finished House of Cooking. This was a really fun stitch. I made some changes. The chart, didn't have every square filled in for like the apron, or then it didn't have anything for up here, but I didn't think that my lady would be showing that much cleavage. So I just filled it in with the dress color and filled the apron in with the apron color. The pocket was also not stitched, but I decided to make it blue. If you look at the pattern, which I left across the room, some of the colors are different. The model stitch on the cover was obviously not stitched using the called for colors, because there's just some differences in the colors. This bird doesn't have the blue chest, and but anyways, I loved stitching it. It was actually, once I got to get back to it, it really was a fast stitch, and I did enjoy it. The hardest part sometimes the little motifs when you're like, okay, I need to finish her hair so that I can get the keys, so that I can get the and then just the straight lines of the house, sometimes making sure you get everything right. As you can see, I did not get the bird perfectly. He's supposed to be 1 square over, or 2 squares over, but it's all right. He's a bird, he can fly. But anyways, that is my House of Cooking, and this one was stitched on Under the Sea Fabrics at AIM. And so this is the one my mom has requested me to frame up and give to her. My grandma thought, she's like, is that on a pillowcase? And I was like, no, that's just how awesome the fabric is. This is a Jaslyn, which is really nice. And my final finish is a big one. This is the one I worked on at Stitch Mania, because I wanted to work on a nice piece while I was at Stitch Mania. I got most of the blue done in her wings when I was there. But I just recently finished, and I found out that with her there is a I miscounted. The space between the wings was 2 squares too wide. So my fairy's just a little bit chunkier, but I think that's fine because, hey, she's my fairy. But this is my first time beading this much and using Kreinik this much on a, I've done lots of Mill Hills and I've done Brooks books, but I haven't done it on actual fabric. So that was a little bit of a learning experience, making sure that, if I did, here she is. If I did like half crosses over here, then the beads didn't lay the same way on half crosses over there. So just figuring it out, but it wasn't too difficult. But I love this piece so much. Even if my mom asked for it, I wouldn't give it to her. But I stitched this on Color Cascades fabric of the mystery fabric of the month. But yeah, I am in love with her. I have to find a perfect frame, and she's gonna go up. I tried to do the 1/1 skin, but this is a linen, and it was, I'm fine stitching on linen. I prefer even weave. But a lot of times linen takes the color better, so I'll use it. But I just could not do the 1/1 on this darker fabric in the linen for my first time. It was just too much, especially since I accidentally made her larger than, I gave her more skin than she was supposed to have. And it was just like, I can't do it. I said, so for the first time, we'll not do 1/1, but maybe for one of the other ones, I'll try 1/1 on an even weave. So, but I am super happy. So that is my latest finish. And actually, because of all the finishing and all the stitching I was doing, I hurt my wrist. Every once in a while when I stitch too much or hold the Q-snap too much, my wrist starts to hurt. So I had to take a short break from stitching till it stops hurting, till it starts feeling better. Just, so that I can keep, doing what we love. So yeah, so I've slowed down since I finished her, just because I basically had to stop stitching. And wear my brace. I've just been playing computer games because I use this hand for my mouse. And I don't use this one, so that's what I've been doing. So let's get into whips. The only other thing I've worked on that I did not finish was this piece. This was my plain piece that when I was flying all around for stitching, because I had to take like 3 flights. It's crazy. But I just did the fill in because I didn't need a chart. I could just have, my black thread and fill this in. And it says, I love you, I know. And I was just filling in Han, and then I still need to outline Leia and fill it in. But I have until October, so I'll get that done. I'm sure I will. So I worked on that one. And then I am in 3 not giveaway groups, exchanges. I'm in an Instagram one that Candy Stitches and Minty Stitcher are doing. It's a Harry Potter themed one. And so I have my design I want to stitch for that, but that wasn't due until until October, I think. I have it written down, just not right in front of me. So I haven't started that one yet. And then I have another Halloween one. And I know what I'm going to stitch for that. And I have my person and everything. So, but that one's not due until October, I know. And then the other one that I'm part of is in the LNT D-Stash group. And that one's due at the end of August. So that's the only one I've been stitching on a little bit. Because of my wrist, I can't stitch that much. So I just started. Now, my person said she likes snowmen. And so what I found was this Stony Creek chart. Stand-ups, but it says friends are the best gifts. And because she said she loves snowmen, I thought this would be an extra cute chart to stitch for her. I haven't had time to copy it, so I put it in one of these sleeve protectors, and I'm just marking it off over the sleeve protector to keep the pattern nice and clean. But all I have done on that is half of a snowman face and the border squares, the bottom border square, and then I go to the top border square. But yeah, I've just been, I let myself stitch for, maybe an hour a night. Because without it, I've been feeling, I've been getting my stitchy bug back because I can't, obviously. So it wants to rear its head. Sorry about that. So let's go into my monthly clubs. Because here starts the loot portion. And I tried moving, I'm filming earlier in the day when there's still sun out to try and get some better lighting. But it means I have to take everything out of their bags because it's so shiny. So first I got color and cotton. Here's a sampler gold, Joblin 28 count. It's a very nice one. I like this a lot. So I have that one. Folding it back. Creases. And then the other one I got, because I get the 2 a month from her. I get one Ada, one high count, one low count, one high count. And then I'm just on the whatever dye. I'm not on the primitive or the bright. I'm just whatever she dyed extra of. And this one is a 16 count Ada in sandstone. Her Ada is a little bit stiffer than some people's, but I don't mind. I don't mind. I just like variety. Sometimes you're like, okay, what am I going to stitch this on? And I need the right color, and I don't mind mixing up the counts and whatnot. And then, like I said, it's been a couple months since I last filmed, so we're going to have a couple months of things to look at. The other one I got is Joblin 32 count Irish green. It's more green than the teal. I feel like it's showing up. That's better. So, really like that one. Love my green fabrics. And then the final one from my Color and Cotton fabric selection is Smoke, apropos, isn't it? An 18 count Ada. Yeah, it's pretty good. Very pretty. So my husband and I have been working on our budget. Because if you watch Shannon, then you'll know that we're adults. We have to have budgets now, apparently. You can't just spend it as you get it. So I may not be having as large a haul stashes as I usually have. So next, let's do Color Cascade. I have May and July. Color Cascades Mystery Fabric of the Month from May 2018. That's all it says. No other name given. But it's very pretty. It's like orange blue with like some blue highlights. It's like an orange. It's like more of like a pinky orange than the orange showing up. But that'll be good for some pieces. So there's this one. That one. It's a 32 count. I do get my the linen I get from Color Cascades. And then July's fabric of the month is called Candle Bright. Which is this, dark, almost fuchsia, and then light pink models. So that is my Color Cascade fabric of the month. I have some fabric to show you in that portion of today's event. Crinkle. Finally, fabric of the month. Today I had Fiberlicious. Fiberlicious is July fabric is Mermaid's Grotto. Guys, hold on to your stuff. It's an opalescent Lugana that I get, 28 count. Look at this, it's so gorgeous. It's a little bit more mottled in some spots than is showing up just because it's so large and shiny. It's hard to catch it, but it's so pretty. It's like a mermaid. It's full Mermaid's Grotto, but it's Mermaid Lagoon. Floating under a mermaid moon. So that was July. And then August is her 4-year anniversary. So everybody got a little floss thing. Don't know what color it is, but it's silk and it feels luscious. So that was a freebie she gave with all the fabric of the month orders, or I think thread of the month. I know fabric of the month, but I think also thread of the month Scott, like an extra thread. But this color was chocolate. And this, I think, is a good piece. Look at the variegation, the modeling in that. Oh, so pretty. That is super gorgeous. So that is August's fabric of the month from Fiberlicious. Now let's go on to my threads of the month. Just about everybody's shown them, but I know that people get different colors. Not everybody gets the same colors. I don't get the same colors that they get all the time. So I'll show them real quick. This is my Victorian Motto Sampler shop threads. I don't remember which month was which. Love this Midnight Haunting, which is DMC 3837 conversion. Crimson Apple, which is 816. That's better. And the others, oh no, this is My Blue Bonnet 932. Yeah, that's showing up pretty true right there. And these three all don't have any DMC. Yellow Green, Mellow Caramel, and Indian Summer. So there's that set. Like I said, I get the limited editions, but I know that not everyone gets the same ones. Because sometimes I'll see some ones and I'll be like, that is gorgeous. But here's this other set that I got. Look at the modeling in this one. Variation. Covered Wagon. And I like the same in the purple and the blue over here. Those are gorgeous. Kansas Sky is the blue and the purple is Quaker Purple. Yeah, so those are my Victorian Motto sampler threads for the last 2 months. And let's see, let's do we're going to do my Weeks Dye Works, because I'm part of Trisha 3L Threads Nest Eggs. So I get the Weeks Dye Works. We're still in C's. All the different threads. Very pretty. I love this one, Confetti, but I have no idea what I would stitch with it. I don't think of like a circus scene or something, but no, they're all very lovely. Yay! So I got those. And then finally, my last thread of the month is Color and Cotton. I don't know what month was what. So I'll just show them all to you. So this first set is really, really pretty. I love the variegation in some of these. We all know that Vindy Stitchy loves her fall spice. I personally love this coal, this dark black. I haven't stitched with it yet, but I'm hoping the coverage is amazing. So the other this one is spinach. Then there is rosewood and melon are all in this one. And then I have seafoam, delphinium. That's a very pretty one. I like the lilac colors in that. Grape. I love the dark and light variations in that purple. Avocado. And daffodil. The final one I have. I may have more in my bag. Carmine. I love this one. This one's more of a, yeah, look at that variegation. And then watermelon, Prussian blue, King's blue light, and ballerina. Yep, so that is the last of my coloring cotton thread of the month that I have gotten. So now we're just straight into haul. I'm going to start out with my miscellaneous haul, and I'll finish with my StitchCon haul because that's where I went crazy. So first off, and Perfectly Perfect Stitcher Heather, she was having a needle minder giveaway, and I think I may have forgotten to post on Instagram that I got it, but I won, and I got the Slytherin needle minder, and she threw in a couple of these extra ones, the donut and then this constellation one. I love them all. I'm going to say this one, but I love them all. I'm not a Slytherin, but I am married to one, so, you know, Slytherin and Hufflepuff together rule the world. So I got those. I love those. And then I also got another of my orders from Molly, the Everyday Stitcher, of needle minders. So we'll go through those. There's this Megra, Mary Poppins. I'm 99.99% sure I'm a Disney princess. Well, there's no sure there, but it should be. And then this little Paris needle minder that I just adore. That one. Oh, they're being careful. They got stuck together. All right, so this first one has the Peter Pan boys. This one's hard to see on the monitor, but it says I Heart Monsters. Practically perfect in every way. Aquarius, because I am Aquarius. Which I find it funny that they use Ariel, because Aquarius are air signs. We're water bearers, but we're air signs. And then Kitty. And then a United Kingdom stamp. Those. Oops, it's fine, nothing broke. Right, then I got a little Merida, this Disney Mickey one. Winnie the Pooh, another Mickey. I'm not Irish, but kiss me anyways. And then this one says, our fate within, you only have to be brave enough to see it. And then one of my favorite animes is Fruit Baskets, and so I got that one. And then this one's Entangled, You Are My New Dream. Anything can happen if you let it, Mary Poppins. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Look at that little yard, it's so cute. And then this is my Patronus casting minder. I love this Trinity Trifoil Shamrock. Mary Poppins and Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. Another Fruit Baskets one. I don't know why I got two of these. And then this one says, to remember is painful, to forget is impossible, for the infant loss awareness minder. And then finally, Magic Happens, You Are My Greatest Adventure. This one says, it's kind of fun to do the impossible, Walt Disney. Winnie the Pooh in a bearskin hat, which, I don't know if most people realize that that's what those are. But it's funny. And a little British flag and everything. Another infant loss awareness ribbon. And I can't remember his name from Nightmare Before Christmas. Derek, do you remember the dog's name in Nightmare Before Christmas? He's useless. There he goes. Almost had it. Almost had it. So those are all my minders that I've gotten. And then what? Zero. He Googled it for me. And then Sammy J was talking about someone making graham guards for her, and I joined that Facebook page. Look it up because it's just left my brain whole. I'm gonna find it. Anyway, she just started making a grime guards, and so I got two of her grime guards, and I love them. I got this superhero one, and then I got this Lilo and Stitch one. Jeez Louise, where is it? I can't find it. I'm horrible. My husband keeps looking at me and it's making me feel weird. Yeah. Anyways, it's not popping up in my groups right now. But if you watch Sammy J Stitches, and you should, I got to sit with her at StitchCon, and she's amazing, and I love her. She talks about it's the same place she got her Aristocats ones. A little bit more Furbrick from Color Cascade. She was doing a like a misdye sale, and I added on a couple fabrics. One I'm still waiting on. She was out of it, so she sent me like an IOU for it. But this one is called After the Rain. I got it in 18 count Opal Ada. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I love it. And my craft room is nowhere near finished. It's just the staging area right now. Like, it kind of is like I can get to, I now have my sewing machine set up, and when I finished my small for StitchCon, which I was stupid and did not take a picture of, I made a little pillow. I was able to sit in there and actually sew and cut and do things like that for it. But I was not able to keep it that way because I moved more stuff in. I need to get some more storage in there. So the piece that I got from Color Cascades that was like the misdye offshoot overdye sort of thing. This is 14 count. Smells good. It's gorgeous. It's light purple modeling. Oh yes, feet. And then the one I'm waiting on is another Fairies Wear Boots. Because I love that color. Let's see. When I ordered this pattern from Stony Creek, for my stitch along, I got this one because it's the free with shipping, and I was paying shipping for that one, so it was basically free with purchase. It says Toad's Breath Beyond the Pale. I'm not getting all of them. For one, I agree. I don't remember who said it, but the Eye of Newt is weird. I just don't need all of them. Like, I got this one because it was basically free since I was buying something else already. Also, the Mirabilia Hullabaloo that came out with all of that. I was not trying to Lady of the Flag. That one, I mean, it's pretty. I like it, but it's not something I want to stitch for myself. So it's not, you know, one of my wants. What I did want is Fairy Moon. I love it. And I got the bead pack to go with it. It's a lot of beads. But if you watch Jessie Marie, and you should, she's amazing. She's one of the other ladies I got to sit with at StitchCon, and I love her. The inside of the moon, the crescent part of the moon, is all beads. And that's going to look freaking fabulous. But also be a nightmare to stitch. So that's what I got from the Mirabilia part. Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics is doing, she has this, the Serena. Right now she's doing like a stitch along with it. I haven't started it yet, but I am in love with this thing. Look at this stitching mermaid. So I got the chart and the basically the embellishment pack and the kit, all the DMC, all the weeks, the Krynic, and the beads that it calls for. I'm just so in love. The fish, I believe, are fully stitched. These fish and Krynic. And then there's some in her tail and the bubbles. It's gorgeous. I'm in love with this piece. And watching Leslie stitch it up and the other people in the stitch along is just so much fun. I want to grab it. But I have to do my other ones first. It's just gorgeous. Look at that Krynic. I just love it. I didn't mind stitching with the cry neck in that Mirabilia. It wasn't like my favorite, but it was. There wasn't a ton of actual stitching with the cry neck. It was a lot of back stitching with it, and just kept my pieces short, and I didn't have a problem with it. But then I'm not as picky as some people when it comes to the way that their stitches. Everything lays in the same direction, but I don't need it. Don't need it to lay like perfectly flat. If it does, awesome. But I'm not gonna, rip out a ton of stitches or mess something else up because one stitch doesn't look as good as it could. So that's just me. If I got too crazy about it, I probably wouldn't enjoy stitching. It would drive me crazy. So also next, I got Belinda Scott Aussie Stitcher on Floss Tube that has been doing giving away charts from magazines like Mindy Stitchy does in her videos. She's stopping now because she's just so busy with life. I completely understand that. But I did win this one. Look at that cute kitten. He's so cute. He knows he did bad, but he's so cute. Anyways, I got that one. I got another one from her. I haven't received it yet, but I watched her last video, and she said my name. So I got that pattern. I went to Joann's and was a bad girl. But all I really have to show is, I think I bought like one floss. I bought like 5 flosses, but they were like Blanc and, 3795 or something. That dark blue that's used in everything. And that's all stitching wise I got some clearance scrap of paper and stuff, but I did get this. I'm so bad. This is awesome. It's the full, the kit comes with the hoop, the black fabric, all the threads you need, and then 12 out of this world patterns that are just, too awesome for words. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Just, little stitches. Look at that Death Star, though. Jeez Louise. R2D2, that's detailed. But lots of just one, and it's not just old school. They have some newer stuff, I believe, in here as well. So it's fun. I'm such a nerd. Look at that cool outfit. So, yep, that was my biggest nerd purchase. There we go. So I got that. And from 123 Stitch, I've made a couple of purchases. I finally got a seam fix-it. It's the seam ripper with the, that looks naughty, it helps get the fibers off. So if you had to rip something out, you just rub it across your fabric and it picks up the fabric, the fuzzies to help get it off. I got a small one of those. I got some Mill Hill kits because I love me my Mill Hill. I got this cute winter holiday. I'm thinking of seeing if I have any. I was thinking of making this for my sister for Christmas. My sister is a redhead though, and I'm not sure those beads are right. So if I have a bead that would fit my sister's hair, then I might make this and give this to her. Otherwise, I'm keeping it because I love it. My future sister-in-law, they get married in October, is Jewish, and so we always exchange ornaments at Christmas, and my mom always has a really hard time figuring out what type of ornament to get her. So I thought I would stitch this up and make it into an ornament, and my mom could give it to her on Christmas Eve. which is when we exchange ornaments. So that's why I got that one. My brother, he's touring. He just started another tour right now with another play. Loves to go camping. When he's not touring, he goes camping, he goes hiking, he goes mountain climbing. He's very active. But one of his favorite parks to go to is Yosemite. And so I thought and he's another one my mom has a hard time finding ornaments for. So I thought I would stitch up Yosemite Santa, and she could make it into an ornament, and she could give it to my brother for his Christmas ornament this year. So that's them. And then this one, all for me. Look at the penguins. Look at the penguins. If you've seen the Benedict Cumberbatch, then you know what I'm on about. It's just so freaking adorable. I loves it. I loves it. Stupid light. Let's see if I can get it out. But it's so awesome that I will. And it comes with the little star button. Can't see it at all. Jeez Louise. There we go. I love it. I love it. Look at the little penguin inside. I love it. It's just for me. And then last time I told you about this Lizzie cake, the Merry Christmas, and I have the MERR already. And I love it. I needed it. So I just ordered the last ones I needed off of 1-2-3 Stitch. So I have Yuletide Comes. Yuletide Comes, and then Christ is Born, Holy Night. And then Ringing Bells, Icicles Glow, Snow Falls, and Time Together. And then finally, Magic Moments, Angels Sing, Season of Joy. So I finally got all of those. And then I got more floss away bags because I needed floss away bags because of all the floss I've been getting. That is it for random haul. Now, oh, nope, not quite. I forgot these. I finally went to my Hobby Lobby and they did have some kits on clearance. So I got this cute little one for $1.60. It's a Realist kit, Dolce Vita, fabric and threads. And I believe that ribbon too. And the beads. I can see the beads down there. So because the white is not stitched, it is beads. And then the other one I got was for $5. And it's basically all the sweets, the Dolce Vita stuff again, but not with the same sweet. And this one comes with the ribbon and all the threads and everything else. That one. And then finally I got this Governor. Because I love it. So that's that. Now, just a couple more things. I got LNTD stash from Jen at Delicious Thread. She had this one, and I freaking fell in love with it. It's Snowing Men. Look at that. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. And it came with all the beads and snowflakes and everything else. I freaking love it. So I got that one, and then from Down Sunshine Lane, because like I said, my partner likes snowman. I bought another snowman pattern that I thought might work. And if it didn't, I still loved it anyways. So I went ahead and got this one, and it's Too Scared. Because he's scared that squirrel's going to eat his nose. Look at the other ones. Those are cute too. It's charted in NPIs. That's not going to happen. It'll happen in DMCs, but he's super cute. I like him a lot. It's by Ori TM, who I don't know if she took all of her patterns off of sale or if she's just not making anymore. But I think she may have taken them all like offline. Like she's not selling anymore online. So if you find one you like of hers, snag it. Because she got tired of people stealing patterns. Don't steal patterns, guys. It's not cool. So I got that I love, and then I went ahead and got Tiny Modernists last year's Christmas Stitch-Along because I loved it, and this was on clearance at on Down Sunshine Lane. All three of them. So I said, time to get it. Best snatch up and grab it. So I did. Now we are finally to StitchCon. First off, my table was awesome. I loved everyone there. I loved everyone I met. They had an amazing fun time where they did the passport books where all the floss tubers were in there. And I know I'm not one of the larger floss tubers, so I kind of went around to every table and was like, you know, do you guys have my sticker? Do you guys need it? To kind of introduce myself and just get, get around and say hi to everybody and meet everybody that was there. And also get stickers for myself. And these are what my stickers looked like. And I did fill up my book. At StitchCon, I won one of the giveaway baskets that they had. It was all food. It's all gone. It was a Cincinnati basket, and it had things like chips that were made in Cincinnati, and Skyline chili, and another type of chili. Cans of it to try, some chocolate, which was gone immediately, and a couple of different things from Cincinnati. There was like a tile that's on my counter being used as a trivet. And oh, there's one thing. You can grab it. Oh, I'm stuck. Knew I was forgetting something. I really wish I was a Hogwarts alumni. Wouldn't have had to get up for that. All right, I got a Fiona badge holder and a Cincinnati keychain. Super fun. And then also, remember her name. She works with Stephanie at Keepsakes because she was in charge of putting this basket together. She stitched this little scissor fob. Little flying pig, because that's apparently Cincinnati's thing. But all the food is gone. I ate it. And since I remembered to grab it, I'll show you my small. I got one of the most, I called it. I said, my poor small is so sad. And then I'm going to get somebody's amazing small. And I did, you guys. Now, this is it. Do you see how awesome this is? Okay, you'll see a little glue spot here because this needle minder is supposed to go there. My sister got a little vigorous when looking at it and yanked it off. But I just have to put some more hot glue and glue that back on. But look at this finishing. Look at the stitching. It's gorgeous. And then here's the back. And it came with a little book with some needles. And these adorable little scissors. And then along with that came a little pin cushion. So amazing. Let me grab the card. This is by Marcy Thiessen. It was amazing, and I love it. And there is a pattern on the back of the card. I'm not going to show you. I am just in love with it. I have it propped up next to me when I stitch, just so I can stare at it all I want, because it's just so amazing. I love it. All right, so that's what I got for my small. You've seen most of the freebies that we all got. Seeing if there's... I'm not seeing anything different than what anybody else had, so I won't show those again because it's difficult to plop them all up without showing bits I'm not supposed to. First, I'll start with my fabric. Leslie at Under the Sea was at my table for most of the time, and I fell in love. She's amazing. I love her. Darla Beckerson was at my table. She's so sweet. I love her so much. She's amazing. There was just a few people that came in and out. I met Lori Organic Granny. She was awesome. It was our last day there. We both left on Monday, and our flights were about the same time. So once we checked out of our rooms, we hung out with Michelle Bindi in the lobby till she left, and then we Ubered together over to Keepsakes and hung out at Keepsakes until it was time to Uber together over to the airport. Where we had dinner, and Jen, Delicious Threads, was there, so we met her up, and Jen and I were actually on the same flight from Ohio to San Francisco, so that was fun, although she got bumped to first class. I could see her from my seat. I was so jealous. But we all had dinner there before our planes took off, so we had a nice time, again, to extend StitchCon as long as we could. So yeah, just lots of amazing people at my table and just all around. It was so much fun. And I am going next year. I have paid for my ticket, and I already got my hotel room. I'm staying at the Hyatt. If I didn't get in the StitchCon group of rooms, but I used my AAA discount and was able to get the same price. It's because I went to the higher floor. I think a couple of the days might be like $10 more than the StitchCon price, but I wanted the higher floor with the spa shower. So I said $10 a day, I'll do it. All right, so this is not an Under the Sea fabric. This is a fabric that Barbara had to do the StitchCon logo on. So I just got a small piece of the red fabric for that. And now we'll start with my amazing Under the Sea fabric haul. I got Zephyrus. It's a 32 count opal linen. Do you see those colors? It is amazing. Amazing. And then I got Iris, which is an opal 32 count linen. This looks like a galaxy. So pretty. I also got Moonlit Waters. It's a 32 count opal linen. No, I just finished saying earlier I don't like linen, but I like linen. It's just not as easy as even weave to stitch on for me. But look at this. And I already know what I want to stitch on this, or at least part of it. I don't think they'll take up the whole thing. Because one of the other things I got, and it's one of the things I'm going to be stitching for my smalls, one of them, is this Sue Hillis Designs Dark Shadows. But I thought this fabric with those designs would be amazing. I'm probably going to stitch a whole set for me, and then another one for my smallest exchange. So I think that'll be amazing. Love it. And then another one I got is Hecate. Lugana 28 count opal. I told you I have a thing for opal. Then I have Dappled Hollow, a 28 count linen in opal. Love this one. And then these are a bit of a eek for me, but I loved them, so I got them. It's a 40 count linen dryad, not dyad. It is so pretty. So tiny. And then Winter Sunset. It's another 40 count linen. It is so gorgeous. I love it. And Leslie has added some hand-painted fabrics back to her website. She finally got that area finished in her garage, so she's able to start doing that again. So go check out Under the Sea Fabrics. She posted some pictures of them on her Facebook group, and they are so amazing. I love them all. All right, so I'm just going to start grabbing things and showing them. And I got a couple things off the freebie table, but not a ton. It wasn't my main goal. And I didn't go to Keepsakes during StitchCon because I knew I was going to be staying at Keepsakes once I checked out of the hotel before my flight, because my flight was really late at night. And so I was like, well, I never got up early enough because I was staying up with the night owls. And so I didn't want to get up at like 7 or, and then I was like, I want to get stitching. And I was like, oh, I need to eat. And I never made it in time to get the shuttle over. But I still managed to make it there and spend a lot of money. So one of the things I got was the Silver Creek samplers. What's this called? Through the Storms. No relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. I love this piece. I believe Amber is stitching it, and I don't remember their channel name right now. They were amazing. They shouted me out, and now I'm a horrible person. Just kidding. I'm not a horrible person. I'm just forgetful. Them up because I just watched them when I was catching up on Floss Tube. Anyways, here, look at this while I look it up. Anyways, I'm really excited for this one. I think it's so pretty, and it really fits my husband and I. We've been through some stuff with losing our daughter, but we weathered it together, and it's just made us stronger. Okay, if I don't find it in a second, I'm just giving up. I have too many subscriptions. Anyway, so this is the first one I got from Keepsakes. The second one is my Christmas list. And it says family visits, turkey dressing, woolen sweaters, Christmas blessing, flying reindeer, mistletoe, candles glowing, hot cocoa, pies and cookies, Old Saint Nick, peace and goodwill, peppermint stick, wrapping presents, gingerbread, hang your stocking, time for bed, angels singing, Christ is born, a gift for all, Christmas morn. That's what that one looks like. Here, look at that. I'm still looking. I'm horrible. I know I said I'd stop. I can't. I just can't. Jeez Louise, I didn't think it was that long ago they filmed. You ever notice that sometimes you magically get unsubscribed to people? Because I have. I'm crazy. I shouldn't be. All right. So this one, I just love it. It's so cute. I love Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite things to stitch. And yeah. So can't wait to stitch that. The other thing I saw was stitching is my heart's desire. Just look at this. It's amazing. This one is called Fairy Wool in the Wood is who made it. And it's called Mermaid and Sailor. Look at this chart. This piece. It comes with this star that you see right there. Starfish. I love it. It is so cute. Now this, I know I got off the freebie table. Jack-o'-lantern needle set. Little Biscornu needle book. Scissor fob. Black work on orange. It's very cute. This is another one that I got at Keepsakes. Scissors, needle, linen, floss, hoop, buttons, sampler, motif, rickrack, pins, Ada, fob. Love my stitching. And it's called Love My Stitching. It was a project bag collaboration between Hands On Design and So Much to Love. I love this. It is just so cute that I don't even care about the bag at all. I got it because I love the piece. Just looking at the back real fast. Bag finishing supplies. So it might have the instructions for finishing the bag. Not sure, but it's amazing. I love it. This I also got off the freebie table, and it's called C-Made Stitches, or that's who C-Made Stitches is the designer. Mermaid Dance is the piece. I just thought that was cute, so I grabbed it. This was another Keepsakes purchase. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. So I love that piece. I also picked up Carriage House Sampling's 3 chairs. 1 for solitude, 2 for friendship, 3 for society. Although I want to put 3's a crowd. As my introvert self says. But I still like this piece, and I think it's a good companion with House of Cooking type of stitching. So yep, that is that piece. Down for more. This was another freebie table one, just a cute little boy and girl bee. This is the Kreinik I got. I got some gold Kreinik. I also picked up Tiny Modernist Halloween Stitch Along. I'm trying to find the one with all of it. All right, there we go. Got the whole 3-part set. Because I love it. And it is one of the things I am planning on stitching up for this Halloween. Well, there I have had some of these on like my to buy list, like not just my wish list on Etsy, but like my saved in cart buy later list, just trying to like talk myself into it or not talk myself out of it. But when I saw these stitched in person, I was like, need them. They're even cuter than I could have imagined. The first one I got was Teeny Weeny Bikinis Spring Monarch by Mermaid Designs. Comes with the little flower charm. And then I got Teeny Weeny Bikinis Super Heroine, and it comes with the gold star that's hanging off there. Let's see, what do I need? What's this? 028. This might actually be one of the flosses I need. That's funny. And then Teeny Weeny Bikini Germany, because of my very German heritage. And it does come with the pretzel. My mom liked that one a lot. And then to go along with my Halloween and my Thanksgiving, I picked up the Christmas sampling. And like, those were really quick stitches, so it shouldn't be too hard to stitch those. I got this StitchCon corner square, but also a thread cape. And then I got this thread keep keychain, the butterfly. So one of my flights stopped at in Colorado, and so when I was getting snacks there, I bought a postcard from Colorado. This is the StitchCon logo with the Buckeye Scarlet, or the StitchCon Scarlet. I picked up. I have a list of Lizzie Kate's that basically when Lizzie Kate was going, to retire, I wrote down all the charts that I wanted. And then I went through and I picked out the charts that I said, I have to have these ones. I'm buying these ones. I got those ones, and everything else was kind of kept as if I see them on a stash and load, if I go into the store and see them, then that's what I'm getting. And I took that list with me to StitchCon because I knew I'd be going to keepsakes. And so now we're going into my Lizzie Keats. So I got this one, which is Bless Our Home. And I got the rest of my Christmas rules that I needed. Give Santa cookies and milk and no pouting. And keep the schedule light, share your toys. I think those were the last two I needed for Christmas rules. I'm 97% sure. I also got Wine Less, Breathe More, which is the final one that I needed for this. I'd randomly gotten the other ones just because I liked them, and then I was like, wait a minute, how many do I need? And this was the last one I needed to have the whole set. So I picked this one up. I showed you in my last video the Lizzie Kate limited edition summer bag. Here is the Halloween bag. Pumpkin pockets. And it is the finishing kit. Well, it's the fabric and then all the finishing items. It's so cute. And then, oh, this was this I got off the freebie table. It's called an Enemy. And it has the 40 count silk gauze and everything else you need in there. I got these in a magazine. Michelle has talked about they went thrift shopping, and they had a skirt and they had this pretty fabric, and they just said use it for a backing fabric, and I thought it was super cute. I thought, oh, you know, I'll do that. So I snatched a piece. I didn't snatch it. They gave it to me. Got that there. I picked up some color and cotton. I got Inkwell, Deep Pine, and Evergreen. Just because those were the colors I liked. And I kind of like waited, so a lot of the colors were gone. Just because I knew I get the subscription, I didn't need a ton of their floss. So I just waited and then picked up the ones that I liked that were left. We all got this little ornament. We asked, and she said it's just an ornament, and then the little heart on, I believe, Cincinnati. Just to remind you of your time at StitchCon. And then I got these little scissors. Which are real good for, you know, when I'm traveling or when I'm wanting to go to San Francisco or go on a drive. Be nice to bring these and not, you know, some of my other scissors that are larger. So finally, one of the there was another stitcher there who loves our videos. He had a bunch of like silk threads and things like that he was getting rid of. I think Michelle talked about him on hers, but he said, you know, don't, you know, he told me not to, like, you know, mention who he is, things like that. So I'll show you. I got some amazing silks off of him. He was so nice. I loved him. He wasn't feeling good for part of the event, but when he was there, it was awesome to get to hang out with him. So just a different, mostly Fiberlicious is what I got. It's just amazing, amazing, beautiful colors. So that my bag is empty. The final thing I'm going to show you guys is I did the needle minder exchange. I just brought some minders of mine that I wasn't using or, you know, didn't need, just to see what I could get. And I got some pretty awesome little needle minders while I was there. And that was also one of the reasons when I was walking around the tables, I was seeing, does anybody have any needle minders they want to exchange? Because it wasn't an official StitchCon happening. So there wasn't like a, okay, everybody get together, we're doing a needle minder exchange. People just kind of had them up around their table. But sometimes you couldn't always tell because, you know, people are stitching, so there's stuff everywhere. So just going around and kind of asking, hey, you got anything, you know, what's going on? It was a lot of fun. So I got, and I don't remember who I got them all from, but I got this amazing Mario Brothers one. And then I know I got this one from Abby Topknot. Oh, jeez Louise. A mouse jump over there. Fat cat. It's so cute. Look at a fat cat. I got this cute one. It's the same on both sides. Cute little tiny one. I got this one. I believe I got this one from Candy Stitches, but I could be wrong. I got this cute pumpkin one. This one that says Create. I got the squirrely squirrel. I got Lumia, who was voiced by Ewan McGregor. Love it. Then I got this one that was, looks like, yep, it's a Cowboy Mickey pressed penny one. Dinner time, light came on. Got a frosted pumpkin aeroplane. I got this awesome Stitch heart. Look at this. And then we got this Princess Leia one. All right, so that is the end of my loot, my haul, my StitchCon stories. It was just so amazing, guys, getting to meet all the people I've been chatting with online. I'm one of the smaller floss tubers, so a lot of people didn't really know me, so it wasn't like there were a ton of people there. But, I mean, there were people that know me because I, you know, can try to be active sometimes. And it was just nice to be like, oh, okay, nice to finally meet you and put a, you know, face to your face, I guess. But it was just nice to be with other people who enjoy what we enjoy. I'm actually, one of my viewers had, you know, contacted me about getting a Reno group together. And I've been working on it. I actually found out we can go to Barnes & Noble. We don't have a Panera in Reno. It really, really annoys me. But I found out we could go to Barnes & Noble and sit in their cafe. They wouldn't mind us sitting and stitching there. So I've texted with a couple of the girls I know on Instagram or from the area. And we're working on trying to find a day. Because I'm pretty much open most of the time. So it needs to be people who have a schedule they need to work around. So just trying to get that together, to try and get a small group of us Reno Stitchers together. So that has been fun, you know, trying to eyeball places to see if there's enough room for us to sit and if they wouldn't mind us taking up tables or whatever for however long we want to sit together and stitch. So that's been a lot of fun. I just been crazy busy with real life lately, and finally I have a break. I told my husband I didn't have to do anything this weekend, and it feels like a vacation because I've just been getting up and going places all the time. It's another reason I haven't had time to film is I get home and it's dark and I'm like, okay, the lighting sucks, so let's try something else. But now we're done, so let's get on to the giveaways. First, I'm going to do my brother chart. That's what it's this one. I had 2 people ask for it, so I'm just going to use Google random number 1 and 2 generate, and it says 2. So that's going to be Darla Becker saying you got the brother chart. And then next is January. I had 3 people ask for this. And that's going to be 1, which is Heather and Perfectly Perfect Stitcher. You get this one. It's a really one, and it was a really fast stitch. So have fun. And then the third one is Bless Our Family. And that also had 3 people asking for it. 3. Oh, let's see. Nope, can't be that one. It was Darla again. You can only win 1 Kimberly Butler rule per Michelle Bindi Stitching standards. So let's see if we get a different number. Jeez, apparently it's randomly 3 all the time. Here we go. One was first. So that is going to be Carrie and Stitches. You get the bless our families. I'm going to respond to your comments so that you know, because I know I don't film frequently, so it's an easier one to put off to watch a little bit later. I haven't gotten some more subscribers. Thanks, guys. I love seeing you guys. Leave comments, chat. I only had 10 comments, so the pool's small for winning things. All right, Thanksgiving. I had 5, but taking away the people that have already won stuff, we only have 3, so I will spin for that one again. Oh, no, it's gone now. Hopes my evening's going well, though. 10 days Louise. What are you doing to me? Okay. I know that's not right. There we go. That was 2. Which is going to be M. Kissa. You get the Thanksgiving one. I'll have to see. I know you're moving soon, so I'll have to. I can hold that if you want. We'll talk about it. And then. All right, well, Xmas, everybody who asked for Christmas has already won except for one person, Kitty Helton. So Kitty Helton, for being the last one to win, you get the Christmas chart. And now we will go on to the $20 gift certificate. I wrote down everyone. If you left multiple comments, I only counted you once. So I had a total of 8 different people leave comments. So I just wrote names and the number next to it. So that's going to be 8 different people. It says 81, so that's not going to work. Sorry, fat fingers. 7. And 7 is Aussie Stitcher. Belinda, you won. I'll message you. I don't mind if you want to do color cascades. I can see if I can work something out with Tammy where I can just PayPal her $20 and you could just buy something for that much or whatever much it is if you want that, or if you want 1, 2, 3 stitch, that's fine by me. I'll message you and we can work that out. So thanks you guys for watching. I will let you all know. I'll respond to your comments. I know that's easier because you get a heads up when I respond. And then I can get your addresses from you and say hey. And thanks again, everybody. It's been really great. Sorry I've been so crazy busy lately. Things should be slowing down. I say, knock on wood, right? But like I said, I've been getting my stitchy bug back and wanting to stitch. Just been slowed down a little bit. So we'll see. The weather's crazy here. At least we're starting to get a wind again, which is clearing out the smoke at least part of the time. There were some days we couldn't see the mountains, and the mountains are, steps away. It was really bad here smoke wise. And, we didn't have actual ash falling down like I know some places have had, that are closer to the fires. But for not being close, for a few days, there were 5 fires contributing smoke to the valley here, from all over California, from the Yosemite fire, from the Mendocino fire, just from all over. They were just kind of gathering here, in northern Nevada. So it's, it wasn't just unhealthy for sensitive groups. It was just plain unhealthy. Don't go outside. If you spend too much time outside, it's like smoking a pack of cigarettes. So it was quite difficult for us here, but everything's doing a little bit better now. And I think they said by September 1st, they're hoping to have the Northern California fire completely under control. So I hope that's true, or if not sooner. So bye guys. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Be nice as always, because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I have heard that there is another Stitch Adventure floss tuber out there. Keep meaning to try and find her once I catch up on my videos. But I'm still Stitch Adventure on Instagram, and I will be doing my best to get back into posting on there. So yeah, all right. I love you guys. Bye. That's not the off button.